Hi Gareth, we had a very interesting and very exciting presentation of XCOM. What can you tell us about the game? What can we expect from a PC gamer and a console gamer point of view? Because it's always a challenge to do a strategically involved game on both type of platforms.
Well, I think what's interesting about XCOM is that the individual actions you have to perform aren't all that complex. It's the strategy that you need to employ, and the tactics you need to employ that all the really interesting gameplay evolves from. So when it comes down to it, mapping all those inputs to a gamepad actually works really well. And we found that surprisingly, we had very little challenges getting it to run on a console and be fun on the console. And in fact, many of our developers, even though they're very big PC game players, prefer to play it on a gamepad. That being said, we're working specifically and exclusively on the PC version and are planning to provide a PC UI that is unique and is fit for keyboard and mouse, because we know with the heritage of this game, it's extremely important, and we want to make sure that we deliver a PC UI that is top-notch. So we have an entire team working on that. So we were approaching it from a couple different angles. We're making a game that's fit for consoles and really works well on consoles, but we're focusing on that PC version and making sure it delivers what a PC version should.
As the years pass by, the memories are always look nicer. And every time I'm thinking about the original XCOM games, I feel a deep disappointment about myself and a deep sorrow, because I so many times failed humanity, and I was always overwhelmed by the alien hordes, and I had bitter defeats. What is the XCOM, the new XCOM game, still so hard to beat, or do you have any little shortcuts for players who just want some success finally after all those years?
Sure. So I guess there's two questions in there. One is, is XCOM still a really hard game? And I think with this fight against humanity, or against this alien invasion, and this fight to save humanity, it really wouldn't be an XCOM game if you didn't have that overwhelming sense of dread. You didn't have that, I'm hanging on by my fingernails, I'm just barely fighting that alien invasion off. And that's what we really want to capture with it. So we want our game to be difficult, we want it to be challenging, but we want it to be fair. We want people to understand the rules of the game and understand what they need to do to succeed and to win. And so I think, well, I don't know if I would call it any less difficult than the original game. I think what we've really tried to do is give the players the tools that they need to win the game and to understand how to win the game. Often what happened in the original game is that you started off with this globe of Earth, and you had these alien forces attacking it. You didn't really know how to fight them off. All you could do is really respond. And what we try to do is direct the player and say, all right, here's the alien force, here's what you need to do, here's what the stuff you need to learn, build these weapons, do this stuff to win, right? And I think it's a winnable game, and definitely a very winnable game. But that said, we still want to have the player experience that sense of dread, that sense of, oh my God, if I fail, humanity loses, right? So we still want to convey that to the player.
And what would you suggest? I guess there's a lot of ways to play the game and to win situations, but for example, what would you suggest me? What approach to try? Which would be optimal? Which would be an easier way to win? Or just what would be your advice for me not to fail humanity again?
Well, we do have multiple difficulty levels, so that there is
to choose easy level.
Yeah. So we have 4 difficulty levels. There's an easy, normal, hard, and a classic mode. And the classic mode is for the super hardcore fans who want the super challenging experience. That's going to feel very much like the original. Easy and normal difficulties. You're still going to lose some soldiers. You may eventually, once in a while, lose a mission or two. You're going to lose some nations from the funding council, but you're going to have a much better chance to beat the game. And I think most people will actually beat the game. And so those are 2 areas where definitely, if you want to, feel that feeling of XCOM, where that dread, but you still want to be the heroes of humanity, that's a good place to start out.
And what aspect of or what feature of the game are you personally the most excited about?
I think one of the big challenges that we had when we set out to make this game is that XCOM is a massive game. It's an epic game. with so many different systems. You have the geoscape, you have research, you have tactical battles, you have air combat, you have all these amazing cool systems, and recreating that from the modern age has been really, really difficult. And I think that's the thing that I'm most proud of and most excited about when it comes out, is we have done it. I think, you know, we recaptured that essence of what it is to be an XCOM game. I think when people get into this game, start picking up and play it, they're going to recognize it immediately as an XCOM game and really, I hope, enjoy it.
Okay, we're eager to play it. When can we expect the game to arrive?
It's going to ship on October 9th in the US and October 12th the rest of the world.
Thank you very much.